having been nerfed quite heavily that makes this hero maybe not performing as well as he did in the past.
Watching Ush and Swindle play it last night, the callback to the old, let's go, you know, Treads, Aquila, maybe right into a BKB, get a Butterfly eventually, maybe sometimes get a Manta style, right-click tankiness with a Scotty or an SNY. Like, those items are the items I like seeing on Shadow Fiend right now because he's up in the front lines a lot. He does a lot of damage. Why not buff that up? Stop going for the whole Yules. Let me get you up in the air and Requiem you, and, you know, you get one kill. Right. It's really cool to watch. Yeah. But throughout these really long team fights in 6.84, it feels as though Shadow Fiend might benefit more from a right-clicker and tankier build.
I would agree with that entirely.
No. Anti-Mage last pick. Kind of greedy lineup for Signature Trust, but this is going to be Lakel's on the AM, and they're going to be going for, let's go for some maybe for Protect 1.
There we go. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, you need to do something differently after that first game.
I don't like Leshrac support, but I do like, let's put Lakel's on Anti-Mage. Let's go back to what we know, what we love. Even if it's not in vogue at the moment, it's still what we're best at, so let's do it.
I agree. And either they go down swinging with what they love to do, or it doesn't work out. And at least they gain some valuable information. And I'm talking morbidly, honestly, as we're getting through this draft, and nothing's even happened yet. So MVP Phoenix do have 1 minute and 13 seconds left in reserve time.
Need another purple hero, purple or pink. I mean, Queen's got like purplish
she's blue. She's a blue hue, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah, she's got some purple there too.
Doctor and Dazzle's purplish pink. He's really just completely pink.
It's the cool colors. There it is. Phantom Assassin. That works.
But it's not purple.
It's blue. It's a cool color. I'm down for it. I guess pink is kind of a warm color, though. The color coordination is a very important part of Dota 2, guys.
It is.
We take it seriously. It is going to be, by the way, a Q Phantom Assassin. Febby seems to have just switched roles altogether, and he's going to be on the Dazzle now. It just seems like Febby is not playing in that core role. I'm pretty sure that switch happened before these qualifiers, and I think I heard something about it, but I just kind of put it in the back of my mind.
Yeah, I think they had tried it, and I just didn't know if they'd committed to it yet. So it seems like they have. The Febby is playing support, and March is taking that off-lane role, which is what he's probably done the most throughout his career, so that's not much of a surprise. The mid-lane Phantom Assassin is something we have not seen in a long time.
Kyo could still go safe lane, and then KP could play the Queen of Pain mid. That's something we could see, theoretically. I mean, we see so many different teams switch up their roles so often that they could be anybody.
But I feel like safe lane Phantom Assassin, I've seen, it's been even longer since I've seen that.
That's true.
Oh, and those the golden Abyssal Blades, Lakel's, he was already on top of it. He's got the golden immortals. I just don't like them.
You don't like them, man.
I don't like them.
I feel you. I understand.
I mean, they look cool because of the gold glowiness, but like...
It's a little too reddish, I guess, for my taste with the gold. The gold is fine in my opinion, but enough about the cosmetic. As Beastmaster did TP top lane, this is important. He TP top, and he put the ward down so early that he has plenty of time to get. He has a minute to put himself wherever he wants to be. He even throws up the Beastmaster Call of the Wild with the Boar and the Hawk, and the Hawk's going to be alive for just about as long as before the rune spawns. I think he wants to get vision of, you know, maybe them warding up an ancient stack and making sure he understands whether or not they're going to be trying to go for a block on this camp here.
Let's see where Nuts decides to put down the sentry. If he does decide to throw down a sentry.
Yeah. I do want to point out, by the way, that we do have Cart Dota joining us on stats. Cart, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well today.
Indeed. Wonderful pointing out some great Storm Spirit numbers for us last game.
Arms of the Desolation.
Oh, these immortals already.
Yeah, this one, I will say, even though Desolator is not a common pickup for a Shadow Fiend, this looks really cool.
Yeah, it does. Especially with the, and he's got the Arcana, man. All the particle effects, man. We're going to get to a point in Dota where every hero has just like particles coming out of their ass.
And there's also a taunt, by the way, for SF. It's like called Fiendish Swag. Yeah, I honestly thought I was going insane when Dirk and I were casting the other day, and they kept playing that. I'm like, what is happening right now? It actually was so confusing to me. But my pro is going to head towards the mid lane. They're going to switch things up a little bit. It is going to be QO on the mid lane Phantom Assassin. Febby will be here for the time being, whether or not he stays. This is very interesting, almost greedy, I'd say. This is not a matchup you'd expect for QO to do well in at all. He can spam out the Stifling Dagger. He has to deal with Raze at level 1 already. Febby is here, but I just don't know about this for QO. This is going to be really rough, I think.
Yeah, this is only the 6th time we've seen a mid lane Phantom Assassin in this patch.
That's already a lot, in my opinion. Like, 6 in this already in this patch.
6.84 has had about nearly 600 games already.
Yeah.
We've had so many different versions that it feels a little weird, but we've had a lot of games to patch already. 616.
Darkseer did go down in the bottom lane,
Woo.
Jop, and they went for the combo, man. The disruption, Split Earth, and Lakel's get some right click off, and that's exactly what they needed to do. And suddenly the Darkseer is like, I actually think this might be a tough lane for me. He has no lane ward. There's a lane ward coming out on the Radiant side, which I think is very important. They know exactly where Darkseer is. He does have a ward here that's going to get countered by Jop. That's huge. That did block the pole camp. Wrap around from Febby, looking for the courier. How safe are they going to be with this thing? My pro is this is bottle. Might be.
It's been super safe.
Going the long range way, and in fact should survive. Yeah, it's going to go all the way
Smart
around.
Play. Already, Signature Trust already looking a lot better. They get that first blood. They've done well with their warding so far. They're playing smart with their courier. It's looking good so far for them.
Yeah,
This is what they needed. They need this confidence boost in the early game.
Yeah, it's no time to panic. Get off to a good start.
But the courier, they want to safe with it coming back.
Why?
And Febby will take it down.
Febby was very patient with that. I was not expecting him to wrap around and just stay there for the entirety.
I shouldn't have said anything about it.
Abba's going to come in. He's looking for the top rune spot. If Febby gets this rune too, oh, he's going to get that haste. He's going to pick it up. Abba's like, come on, man. I wanted to get that for a mid laner.
Yeah, it's skilled up now. Now maybe it would be a decent time to get the... Oh, he's going to get Shadow Wave. Okay. I figured he might get the Poison Touch.
He just wants
really
to kill his boar.
him.
He wants that extra gold, and he's going to get it, 35. The good thing coming out for the Shadow Fiend is that he did not lose his bottle. If he lost it on the way there, that's disastrous and almost game-losing in certain circumstances. But my pro does get the bottle. He buys the boots out, but he'll have to wait to use them 1 minute and 42 approximately before those come through.
Now, what does this? What do the Immortal Arms change? Is it just a raise animation?
I don't know, actually. It doesn't look like
any
it.
different.
Maybe Requiem?
Maybe it doesn't override the Requiem, or they override the
Are they,
Arcana.
like, do all of them do animations? I know we saw the...
Well, they're all supposed to change something.
Okay. The Anti-Mage, does he... What is his good?
I'm not sure.
We're gonna figure this out as we progress through the game,
Maybe it's
guys.
just particles.
Oh, the mana burn looks crazier.
It's got an icon for mana break and an icon for mana void.
Oh yeah, mana break. Sorry.
Mana void. It's probably new mana void particles, to be honest.
Okay. Well, I'm down for that. He'll probably get a good mana void here or there. Meanwhile, the Arcana is picked up for Kyo as well. He's doing pretty well for himself with 15 last hits, but this is where it gets tough. The Shadow Fiend now with 19 souls. Level 3 raise. QO is going to start falling behind very quickly, and he's going to have to find a way to either put pressure on the Shadow Fiend, or maybe he just wants Sixten to rotate the gank. And this is something that we talked about. MVP, they draft and they do these weird things, but a lot of the time they actually work out. And maybe he goes for that early level 6, somehow gets the treads, and then just rotates to a lane and finds like 3 crits.
Yep.
Easy kill.
It's entirely possible. Yeah, it's a hero that you normally don't think of as like a crazy ganking hero that really fits QO, but with the right crits, you really can do a lot of damage. And you can rotate relatively well early.
Wait, did he not? That ward is not... Is that ward? He walked right past that. It actually is not counter warded by this Sentry ward.
Oh, man, that's like a pixel
He needed,
off.
a pixel actually to the north, and he would be able to counter it. He's looking for it desperately. He can't find it. He actually can't find it.
It's really unlucky.
He's going to Sentry... It's not there, man. It's not there. You're never going to find it. And this is usually the easier camp to D-ward. We're going to watch this for a bit, but Nuts is... He'll have a rough time. That'll continue to be counter-warded, and he'll have to deal with it.
Great ward placement from Abba, then.
I think he got lucky. I think he got lucky.
No, skill. We'll call it skilled ward placement.
So 20 last hits for the Quintfane. In spite of not having a pole camp to work with, they do have the side pole, so that's good. What happened to the Beastmaster? He is level 1 still. This is problematic. The Darkseer is jungling. At least I think he went back to the lane afterwards. He's level 4. So the Beastmaster's having a really rough time.
Yeah, Abba's just playing exceptionally safe here, which is smart. I think he realizes that they have a chance to win as long as the co-op doesn't get out of control. And they're willing to let her farm, but getting her a lot of easy kills early is a surefire way to be down coming the mid-game.
Oh, no, don't kill the boar. The boar! Oh, nice. He actually chained it. He chained it to the mud golem, and the boar is going to try to steal it back, but he's going to look on lonely from the low ground. And I was like, I wanted that pull. I needed a creep wave. I needed level 2. He does have 1 ancient stack. That doesn't mean anything if you have 0 points in wild axes. Right. Even 1 point in wild axes, it's not going to do anything. So kill that boar. It's already dead. Oh, smoke up behind March, in trouble. There's going to be the disruption. Splitter is about to come. They get the Soul Catcher as well, and March doesn't get the Surge off. March, do they have the grave? KP comes in. Screamapane's going to go. And now BB in some trouble as well. KP with a blink can get the skill, but he doesn't want to blink it. Oh, great deny.
They went straight to the deny. Jap was like, "You're dead, son. I'm getting rid of you." He denied him immediately as soon as he got Shadow Strike.
That was sick. Nice play coming out. Rotation for nothing for the Queen of Pain. Rotation on the backside coming out from Febby. He does not have a ward. He pings. He doesn't see stacks.
Oh, now KPI got a haster in bottom. Jap tried to juke him out and get a split earth down, but he may pay with his life now.
And KP's getting juked as well. Jap is going to try to get out. The Shadow Strike can't get off. The animation's too long.
Using these trees to his advantage.
They're going to find the Shadow Wave doesn't get the kill. The last right click will. March actually even gets involved as well.
I mean, he moved. That juking made 3 heroes come out of lane, though, so not the worst.
Space created, and Lakel's has got his treads with his Ring of Health as well as a Quelling Blade, 2 GG branches, and a Stout Shield. PA picks up a solo kill on the Shadow. No, not solo. KP roams in, gets the Sonic Wave. They get a 2-man gank squad under the Shadow Fiend. That's pretty big. That is something they desperately needed. Shadow Fiend was starting to run away with it, and Kilo says, I don't think so.
MVP showing once again their roaming prowess.
I really like the fact that they get level 5 or 6 for KP, and then they just rotate to a lane. They miss 1 kill. He doesn't get the last 6. The deny comes out, and then of course he rotates to another lane. The Shadow Fiend goes down, and that's actually pretty big for them.
Indeed. All right, we're gonna get another crate of stacked side pull here in the lanes from Alba. He's doing what he can.
Oh God, there's a big stack here in the Radiant camp, the hard camp coming through.
Oh, yep.
That is Shadow Fiend loving life. My pro's like, I don't really care that I died. I'm about to get back up to 36 souls anyways. Thanks for the stack, guys. And it does shut him down a little bit, but he's not too concerned. Abba is level 2. He's desperately just trying to find anything. March is sitting at level 5.
Yeah, the bad thing for Lakel's now is it's March does have that Soul Ring and level 3 Ion Shell, so CSing is getting very difficult.
The Spell Shield, even with 1 point in it, it's just not going to be enough.
It still hurts.
Yeah, it doesn't feel particularly great. You can see it's chunking away at Lakel's, and he's going to have to pull back the creep wave and make sure he can CS pretty far away from the lane. My pro walks right into Febby. Febby turns around, gets raised once, Graves. He's going to try to TP. Split Earth is going to cancel it, and he will go down. Febby, that's an easy kill for My pro. Gets him back up to 36 souls, and just an unfortunate place for Febby to be at that point.
And an Invis Rune, we'll see if he can get something done with it as they go in. QO might be wanting to go into Abba here. He will not continue around.
Smoke of Deceit coming out from Signature Trust. They're going to wrap in, or rather just go for a beeline to QO. They want to bring him down. He's got Tread's bottle and 1,000 gold. They don't want him getting out of control. He picks up a Ogre Club, early BKB more than likely, but here they go. QO in trouble, looking for a Phantom Strike. He's going to find it on nuts. He's going to juke through, gets the Phantom Strike off. Mass TP coming in. Blink Scream comes out. Split Earth misses. Soul Catcher not there either. QO surged up Iron Shell. Great disruption. Cask will go through, and BB should be maybe the only one that goes down here. The last right click. QO jumps in. Now they're going for more. Ab on the backside. He is only level 3. He'll try to deny himself. Is he going to make it out? No. KP gets the kill. The board will fall as well. Lightning Storm onto 4 does some work, but still. Febby diving in. How far will they go for this? Not that far.
Once again, MVP is bringing everyone to these engagements.
Yeah.
They TP'd from every lane to mid.
They really value their kills. My pro going for QO. Jap gonna get Stifling Daggered. Febby's here. They do have the Grave ready to go. They blow him up with the coup.
And all of a sudden it's 6-3. It was so close for so long, and now just after this engagement, they want more. Febby's diving behind the tower. I don't think he's going to keep going.
This is exactly what happened in the last game with QO just ball lightning in down in that bottom lane. It's a similar story, but this time it's everybody rotating and everybody getting involved.
And Summer sustain with his Dazzle and the Witch Doctor heal.
This is a great
bottle on the PA. KP's already level 7 despite all these rotations around in the early game.
This is going to be 4 versus 5 for a long time because Lakel's is not ready to fight anytime soon. He's got enough money for a full Perseverance or a Broadsword. He can maybe even wait up for a Claymore. He's going to have like an 11-minute Battle Fury, I think, which is great. That's fine. But he needs more than that to fight, and it's going to take some time to get there. So his team has to create space. They are 4 protect 1. That's their general rule of thumb, is just get Lakel's farm. Isn't going to be enough. QO is going to jump in. BB is going to throw up the disruption. Soul Catcher as well. Split Earth not coming out. QO is going to run through. Split Earth. Juking. QO backs up.
Trying to hide, but QO
Phantom Strike. He wants
really
BB. They'll get the Split Earth. Actually misses, but here comes the Shadow Fiend. Surge away. Requiem was canceled. Wall March. Ooh, that's ugly.
Perfect play from QO there. Like knowing the Leshrac is there, not committing fully, waiting till the Split Earth is used, and then going in. Really good play from him.
That's like... He actually juked the Leshrac, so he pretty much broke his legs.
Yeah, some broken ankles plays there. And that's what you really need to do against these skill shot heroes.
The Leshrac raised his hooves like 4 times. He's like, I can't actually get this done. And then he did, and he missed it. And he's like, well, that's it. Anti-Mage is going to blink away. Poison Touch will go. They know exactly where he is. Blink is at level 3, so it's a pretty short cooldown. They won't dive any further, though. They want this tier 1 tower.
I mean, if you're going to pick a hard carry in this meta, that we're seeing right now, I think Anti-Mage is the one to do it in. The natural magic resistance is pretty good. The ability to blink away from these fights. He's probably the most resistant to this type of aggression early, but the rest of his team is just really struggling for it.
Kyo on the PA wants to have a word with you. This Phantom Assassin might be the hard carry they're looking for. They find Jap, Surge comes through. They might just wrap on the backside. They will. They have Phantom Strike, BB, disrupts up. Soul Catcher onto Febby. That's not the hero they wanted. But Febby, if they can get that kill, they're more than happy to. Lightning Storm, Scream of Pain comes in. KP actually missed, I believe. They have Sonic Wave. Requiem gets canceled. It's just 4-man right now because Death Ward coming out the cast. My Pro, Sonic Wave, gets the stick off, doesn't have the mech. He went for the buckler, and as the headdress BB's trying to TP out, he will get away. Jap trying to desperately deny this tower. Last right click, doesn't get it off. Jap now in trouble. There's no tier 1. He's done. Double kill for KP.
MVP's 5 again. They've been just moving as 5 throughout this mid game. They'll split up for a little bit.
Dude, Abba's like, I can't come to the fight. I'm not even level 6 yet. What am I supposed to do? He's top lane as a Beastmaster, trying to form up treads and get his level 6.
No, they just have to kind of wait it out and hope to just win the experience game. I don't even think they're winning that.
Rough.
I mean,
Rough like the sound of my voice right now after a long night of casting. Where do we go from here, Brian?
Signature Trust, you guys, I mean, keep doing what you're doing. Just be a bit more careful about it. Be more willing to, just Abba needs to be able to contribute. And until I mean, now that he has level 6, he's a little more able to, but honestly, he needs these treads done. He needs another item.
Yeah, theoretically, he'd like a Blink Dagger, but that's never going to happen, it feels like. Or at least not in a while.
No.
He does have the Hawk scouting out QO. This is really important. This vision, this Smoke of Deceit gank could go disastrously, but looks like it's starting off great. Soul Catcher comes in after disruption. Requiem's going to go through. QO still alive. Grave not there. ATP's a bit too late, but the casting's going to go in. Bounces to the neutral. Creeping My Pro's like, you've got to be kidding me. Death Ward comes through. Mech will keep him alive momentarily. There's the roar on KP. Soul Catcher. Now the Grave comes out from Febby. Blinks away. KP will survive. Jop not going to be so lucky. Mana Void on it too. Lakel seemingly comes out of nowhere. Dishes out the damage, will go through and gets a double kill.
All right.
All right, 3 for 2 trade. Signature Trust might be back in it here.
Jop, he's going to go down to KP though.
Oh, rip.
KP looked like he was out of it. Jop was like, oh, I got out alive, and went to TP out, but KP was having none of that. Very smart by him. Kind of sticking around, trying to pick out some of those people, limping away from the fight and taking them out. And so that makes it an even trade for MVP and Signature Trust, but Signature Trust showing some signs of life. Good move. Lakel, this is the same time last game that he rotated in to help and got a couple of kills, and we were like, okay, he's been needing to do that for a while. Maybe not on the Anti-Mage, maybe that was a good decision to just start there. He's 3-0 now on the Anti-Mage. This is their hope. If he can finish up that Battle Fury very soon, he's not that far from it. the Dazzle even, and the Death Ward. So I think Vladimir's is the correct option.
It's the correct item decision. I'm totally down for that, honestly. I think Vlad's is a good choice. For my pro, his next item choice, I don't know. You have a mech. You don't really want to have to go BKB, I feel.
I feel like he has to, though.
I mean, I think so as well. Mech, speaking of which, is now done for March within the next 10 gold. Kyo has his BKB flying out as well. They're going to head to Roche with an Aegis. They'll try to push down his 5. They even get a double damage to make their lives easier.
They're going to go into Roche now.
And Febby has him down. That's ridiculous. So this first will fall quickly. Anti-Mage will try to go for a trade in the tier 1 tower top, as you want to do when your dire team is taking Roche.
I don't think they know.
They definitely don't. Lakel's would be pushing this with reckless abandon if that were the case.
That's really unfortunate because this is dead.
Yep.
And the BKB out for Kikuo.
Yeah, there it is. And of course, March's mech, as we talked about. So he can kind of just run at people. Level 2 crits now up. Now you can start working on damage if he wants to. Whatever item you really want to go for on a PA. Lakel's, Kyo is going to TP in.
And he's going to be
oh my lord.
Oof,
almost blows it up.
Turnaround.
Abba does get the roar. They get the Aegis within seconds. They were actually baiting it. They almost kill Lakel's though.
But now
he's so very squishy. They're going to catch Abba. Scream of Pain comes through. Abba will actually just get death warded. And that did nothing.
I think he's going to be able to TP out just fine.
Yeah, he's out. That was a lot of wasted abilities for pretty much nothing. And the Aegis too.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, I think so. Lakel's is more than happy. He's like, I almost died, but, well, that's not enough.
I really think this Yasha pickup's so greedy, though. So greedy. I know that's kind of their calling card, but I would have preferred to see the Vlads.
And there's no real reason to Manta either. I mean, to get out of anything anyway.
Theoretically, the best damage considering your illusions.
Right, exactly. But it's efficient in farming. It's good for fighting early if necessary, or at least getting out of Orchid. But no one has a silence of any sort.
And we keep seeing good plays. They get the last on the tower, being able to blink out away before MVP was able to.
And that's a really good trade. That's a tier 1 mid for a tier 1 in your off lane. You're happy with that trade. 12. Yeah. He's the hope. He's the hope right now for Signature Trust and.
As we were saying before, they really need to 1-1 this if they want to have a chance at being top 2 in this group. So,
I think, again, I don't want to say that, but because I don't like thinking it's so cut and dry, but it is so very difficult. Like 1-1 is, and even a 1-1, like you're winning your series.
1-1s are so tough.
It's so important. That 3 points is just it's crucial, honestly. Right. They will deny the bottom tier 1 tower, so that's a couple of tower kills going their way.
It's another thing. It's just for momentum, right?
Yes.
It's really hard to start off a group like this down 0-2.
No, I definitely agree. Who started out 0-2 in the American qualifiers? I'm trying
Leviathan and
E-Hug, I think that as well. Not today.
I think the other one went 1-1.
Yeah, they went 1-1.
Wheel 1-1 with absolutely everyone.
Yep.
Except for one.
That really hurt them in the end.
Yeah, it's bad. If your first 3 games you go 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, it's the exact same as losing 0-2 your first 2 series and then 2-0ing your third.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to try to do whatever you possibly can to get a series win.
Exactly.
And MVP are doing pretty well for themselves in that regard. They have a 4,000 net worth lead. They've come up a bit short. They've made a few mistakes here and there in the past 5 or so minutes. They've lost their Aegis almost immediately. They didn't use the BKB at the very least for the Queen of Pain, or rather for QO and the Phantom Assassin. The Queen of Pain now has the Aghanim Scepter level 11 ult as well. Bottom lane, March is pushing and trying to force out some sort of rotation while they're split pushing top. Lakel's is going to get Stifling Daggered. He'll blink away on the backside. BB is going to get scouted. I always say that, spouted out by an Observer Ward nearby.
He got seen.
He did. The vision was there. 1,800 gold for the Phantom Assassin.
I like the smoke coming out from Signature Trust. Although it's only 3 heroes, but the Beastmaster, the setup with the disruption from the Shadow Demon, and the little Shrek stun, they can kill just about anybody. See, they're going to try to go on March, but the Surge makes it kind of difficult to do that. If they can catch him out, sticking around a bit, they may be able to get a pick off.
March, buddy. You got to be careful. You do have Surge.
Surge.
Oh, you're roared. You are roared, March, and you have mech, but no, you're dead.
Great job from Sig Trust there.
Yeah.
Exactly what they need to do. MVP is going to try to counterplay with a push on the tier 2, but Signature Trust can just do the same thing.
Yeah. This is, again, another...
And Lakel's is farming mid.
This is another good trade coming out for Signature Trust.
Lakel's already has his Yasha.
They have the Necro 1, too. The Yasha's up for Lakel's. He's ready to get to his Manta style. They have the Necro 1 up on the Beastmaster as well. Lakel's is farming like a maniac right now at this point, 21 minutes in, and that's exactly what they need with the Battle Fury. He's level 14. He's got the level 2 Mana Void ready to go. Top tier 2 tower for bottom tier 2 tower. And Signature Trust are trading so efficiently right now. In fact, they're putting damage to the mid-tier 2 tower. Sonic Wave goes.
That doesn't do much to Lakel's.
It's an Aghanim Scepter, but he does have the Pure, so the Spell Shield will not actually help him there. That's actually pretty important, by the way.
It is.
And maybe, I think a good choice. Maybe the Aghanim Scepter, I think, is the smart choice as well for MVP in this game on the Queen of Pain. But that's
they've been into fighting so much early. It just makes a lot of sense that you want the Ags for the insanely low cooldown.
And he knows that if he went for an early Orchid, then the early Manta was going to come out anyways. So there are other options, but those seem to be like the top tier 2 options coming through for.
Is Kyo going to be going for a Battle Fury next? I mean, it makes sense, right? Because if they don't keep up with the AM's farm, he's just going to get out of control.
Yes.
So that's the reason why there was a lot of debate once PA first started getting played a lot in competitive Dota. Not first, but in the most recent years. About whether or not Battle Fury was a good item. And because in pubs, normally you get mad at your PA for going Battle Fury, or used to. Because it's a hero that really needs to fight. It needs to be active early, because that's her strength, right? Going BKB, maybe even like a drums or something of that matter, is a really good way for her to be active early. But the reasoning behind the Battle Fury on a Phantom Assassin is if you don't have some type of farming tool, it's really easy to fall behind other carries. And Battle Fury gives enough just raw damage for her as a hero that she can fight relatively well with BKB Battle Fury.
You fall behind if you're not getting kills. I think that's very important.
Exactly. So if you're afraid about getting kills, and you just want to make sure you're able to keep up with it. If the enemy team has a hard carry that is going to outfarm you like crazy, if you don't get a Battle Fury, that's generally.
And sometimes RTZ in the past patch, especially the last summit, he did go for those Battle Fury builds, honestly, when he was also fighting for mid as well. So it's something that there is a bit of overlap there. Kyo is going to get the tier 2 tower. He'll throw up a Stifling Dagger. He's going to just crit that poor boar. Abba's actually just going to roar up in QO, and then nothing's going to happen. The raise comes in. They still have the mech. He's going to just Phantom Strike away. They could have fought that, I think. They have Vac Wall. They have Death Ward, but they back away. The Mana Void stops Nuts. That'll be at least 1 kill, but they look like they want to turn this. The Vacuum BB disrupts himself, but he's still dead. Now the Death Ward comes out. The cask bouncing through, but they have nobody on the Kells right now. Running out of mana. He's going to try to flank away the cask again. Down to the low ground. QO has the Phantom Strike. Here comes KP. The crit comes in. Lakel's about to fall. They can't get the blink off. It was just a second away.
And that's a dominating streak for KP.
That's his pretty much full Battle Fury within about 200 gold. That's huge. And it's going to be the tier... No, they already got the tier 2 tower mid. Maybe they can go bottom. They can't actually get any real structural damage done to Signature Trust, but that's a huge kill going the way to Phantom Assassin, as you talked about.
First death of the game for Lakel's, and it really hurts. Level 15, long respawn timer here at 24 minutes.
Well then, there's the Ags done. There's also a... I almost called it a point booster. The Ultimate Orb coming out for the Queen of Pain. So Side Device seems to be on the menu, which is huge against an anti-mage when he does not have that BKB, and he won't have it for some time, I don't think, either.
Yeah, it's possible it's a Scotty, but this early, that's really bad on Quap, I think.
I would agree. I would tend to agree with you.
I mean, usually the right click, I mean, now with her mobility and her decreased base attack time, going right click items is usually not that bad of an idea of Quap, but that's usually like your 5th and 6th items.
I mean, I like the idea of a right click Quap, Queen of Pain, but I don't think Aghanims would be the best first choice in that situation.
No, it's such AC in the late game might make a lot of sense because they have a lot of physical damage on this team, but yeah, that's about.
Orchid is like you get Orchid, then later on down the road you talked about a Sulcuros as well, and I think that's the right decision. Scythe of Ice is pretty good for right clicking too.
Yeah, Scythe of Ice is almost certainly the decision here. I would say like 98% certainty.
There's the Battle Fury for QO. It is coming out pretty soon. The Blink Dagger is now done for March as well. I honestly think God, I keep saying that freaking word. They should fight now that they have this Blink Dagger done for March, and they have pretty much a inherent advantage and net worth and in experience. The only person keeping it close right now, I think, is Lakel's and maybe a little bit in the Shadow Fiend. Beastmaster's still sitting at Necro 2. There's absolutely nothing on Lishrak.
MyPro has done
point booster.
A relatively good job of coming back. I mean, he died like 4 times in the first 15 minutes or so and hasn't died since.
Yeah.
Came back, got the Blink Dagger, which I think is a good idea considering how much fighting there is going on right now. And now he's going to be working into probably the Scotty for him, I would say. Maybe a Manta. Maybe. I doubt it, though.
Do they need the Manta for MyPro? Do you They need the extra.
Is there anything you can really Manta out of? No, not really. So
not particularly.
I mean, unless they're expecting
the right click damage is just more agility to work with.
Unless they're really expecting the quad to go Orchid, but I mean,
I don't know if he would have gone for an Ultimate Orb first. I think Scotty's probably the choice that he's going for here. And just to tank up as well.
Yeah, you would have just got the Yasha.
They're going to smoke in. March as well as Febby and the rest of the squad are in okay positioning to scout this out. Vacuum comes in. Lakel's. That vacuum was so weird. Here comes QO. Manta goes through the wall. It actually misses. KP in trouble. Split Earth. This is a bad fight for MVP so far. Link away. Death Ward. Jop's going to go down. QO pops the BKB but gets roared. Abba's going to get chased down. The Manta illusion's going to work. Big crits. They take him down. Mana Void. Lakel's gets the kill but immediately dies afterwards. The Sonic Wave Requiem goes. QO solo goes down to the Raze. MyPro completely out of mana, but he does make up before. He gets low in that. Now the right click KP. Do they have anything? Do they've got anything? They don't. They can't bring him down. They can't stun him. They had no cask. They had nothing to cancel the TP with. They're still chasing after BB. He's actually out of mana as well. Try to TP away. He's not going to make it out. Wow, that was that's kind of BM, I feel like.
Yeah, that's stutter to make sure he knew how much longer he had with his TP and just waited till the last second to actually kill him.
That was a BM play from KP, I will say that much.
Sometimes it's about breaking the other team's spirit.
Yeah, I mean, that would have pissed me off if I was on Signature Trust, I'll be honest with you.
It was a cute play for sure.
They're going to get Roche. It looks like they're going to try to contest this with Jobs coming in, as well as, of course, the Beastman. Actually, they're not going to contest this at all. Job decided against it. He's not going to head over there. They have the Hawk, but it's a bit too late. He's already pretty much dead. Guys, Roche.
They're waiting for QO to get in.
They want the Hawk.
They're waiting for QO.
Oh, yeah, they really want the Sages for the Phantom Assassin.
And, I mean, Signature's aware of that, and they're thinking, like, hey, if we can go now, we might be able to stop it.
They very clearly see Roche walking out of the pit.
Lakel's, he might blink in on this.
I don't know if that's the best idea, because now Roche is dead. They've weaved up. It's time to leave. KP actually has no mana for a Sonic Wave, but here comes QO. Roar's already done. Naba's like, what do I do now? Splitter actually misses on March and QO. Somehow, they're going to blow up these summons. Surge forward. Vacuum not available. QO looking for a Stifling Dagger into a Phantom Strike, and he's going to find it on Jop. And Jop is just a little goat man, and he's a dead goat man at that. Double kill for QO, and now it's starting to go pretty downhill with the Kells dying in that Roche fight. QO getting his Aegis. Now he's got his BKB plus 2k gold. It's difficult.
That's one of those situations, if you want to go for that Q play and contesting that Aegis that they're trying to hold out for QO for, you've got to just commit to it. It seemed like they were kind of having a bit of an internal decision of whether or not, hey, do we go for it, do we not? And then Roche died faster than they were expecting, and everyone was caught out.
Okay. Brian, where do you put Signature Trust right now in terms of their chances to get back into this one?
It looks bad kill score wise. It's not that bad net worth wise. Once this thing updates out, we'll probably see it at about 7k net worth, which is not uncomeback fromable, but Lakel's is really going to need to execute better in these following days. Actually, I don't even think it's that much on the kills. These supports really need to be doing better in these team fights. Boombell doing what he can, but he's getting caught out in awkward places. Same thing for Jap. Like, they're really going to need to execute better when they try to contest these objectives of MVP.
They're kind of just getting run at by QO with a BKB,
right,
and it's actually just destroying them.
Exactly.
They're not demonic purging him either, which I think is very, very important. It's actually kind of weird that they're not using that on him. I don't think I've seen them use that on him once. And even if they did, he's Phantom Strike and Stifling Dagger anyways, so they kind of have to pick and choose. MVP will go up into the tier 3 tower. This could easily be the team fight that actually just ends the game. Lakel's is split pushing, but he can't, he can maybe take that tier 2 tower, but by the time he gets back, tier 3 is going to be gone.
MVP using their glyph. I mean, Signature Trust does still have a glyph, so I think they'll be able to get this tier 2, and Lakel's will be able to TP back to fight.
He actually is going to push the wave in.
Yeah, that's smart. And he might even
MVP,
stick around a bit.
Yeah, because
they had
no
the glyph.
creep wave. He's going to blink away now.
Yeah, and they still had a glyph. So
they're pinging, I think, to defend. I don't think they should. I think they should keep going. They will. Samantha Illusions are going to go in. One of them. The creep wave will deal with itself. I feel like MVP could. There's really good positioning from Signature Trust. They're all the way back here, and there's absolutely just.
This is the second time I've tried to see this really cute uphill ward that just gets dewarded immediately. Pilot, I tried this the other day.
It's so hard, honestly.
It's such a good ward, but it can be really easy to counter.
I mean, when there's a push coming, you absolutely know that they're going to place that type of ward. And it's just so easy to, yeah, like you said, so easy to counter. Lakel's is sitting at 16,000 net worth. 3,000 gold in the bank.
Going for Battle Fury next. He's not that far from his Eagle Horn. He's probably going to want to save it for buyback, though, instead of going right for the Eagle Horn. It'll be interesting to see if he goes right for it or just does indeed save up. Oh, QO. Mikkel's going to find him. I don't think they can fight each other.
I don't know if they want to fight each other. They clearly back away. They have no idea who's nearby and who's not. Basher's done for QO. They still have the Aegis. I really think they should push high ground before that Aegis is to run out. It's tough, though.
Yeah, I would agree.
They did put a lot of damage on that tier 3 tower bottom, and so they're going to go mid. They need to find an initiation. They need to get a blink wall, vacuum, and they need to work from there. But easier said than done.
Kelsey's going to keep pushing. How much more does he need for... he still needs about 400 gold to get his butterfly and buyback, so he's going to try to get that as soon as he can.
Yeah.
He really wants his butterfly before the fight starts, because that's one of the better ways to mitigate this PA damage.
She went for the, obviously, the Skull Basher instead of the MKB, which is good in its own right, but...
A bit greedy.
Yeah, I think so. But she will be able to absolutely destroy these supports and every other hero in the game.
It's a bit greedy there, but as soon as she gets if she's going straight Abyssal after this, which she may or may not be, it will be very good against the Shadow Fiend. And we'll see a Sonic Wave going out on creeps.
Yeah, the Aghanim Scepter and with the illusions as well, it's not uncommon for KP to do this.
Yeah, that's fine. It just kind of took me off guard. I was like,
yeah, it always gets me, man. Unless I see it coming and I'm like, that's going to be a Sonic Wave. It always is like, why? But Lakel's did push in top. His butterfly is done. He has...
Does not have buyback. I don't know what else.
900 gold for buyback. He needs that much.
Yeah.
That's pretty far off. Guardian Greaves were picked up, by the way, for March. 2,000 gold as well. Febby has a Glimmer Cape. He's also got a plate mail for what I imagine to be, I guess, Lotus Orb. There's the Roar and a QO. They do have Aegis. Vacuum onto 5 into the wall coming through, but March and QO get blown the hell up. Even with that beautiful wall, Lakel's getting low. They do take down one. Death Ward. Lakel's, the cast bouncing through. He's dead. He doesn't have buyback. He doesn't have buyback. Where was the Aegis for the PA? She just lost it. She must have just lost it. Oh, you look at the timer. She just lost it right before that fight broke out. And they won't be able to do that much, I feel like, without the PA. There's still the Shadow Fiend. KP kind of has to be careful. They will cast into My Pro. He doesn't have PKB. He's going for that Scotty. The tier 3 tower, jump in. Abba hexed up as well. Sonic Wave. The Shadow Strike, the right click. Leshrac buys back. KP needs to blink out, and he'll make it through.
And now this buyback's going to be for nothing.
It's buyback from Jeff, as you just mentioned. He literally bought back
so rough for Lakel's there. Just really, really great lucky bounces coming out from the Witch Doctor stun and getting locked in place for the Death Ward to break him down. It was a really good Requiem from My Pro as well. Starting off that fight, that 5-man vacuum into wall looked like it was going to be the end for Signature Trust, but a very good Requiem. Ended up killing off a hero for MVP and almost killing off QO immediately. A quick grave was able to keep that from happening, but Lakel's going down is really what spelled the end for that fight.
Oh, I love this choice from the Shadow Fiend. My Pro's like, I don't need a Scotty, I need a BKB, actually.
Yeah.
That's definitely what I need. So the vacuum wall is crazy because if you have the Phantom Assassin alive and she cleaves and crits, they're just all going to die.
Right. It's kind of like the Sven Darkseer combo.
Yeah.
It's not that much different in terms of how it's executed.
It might not be as flashy. I'm not sure.
And
if
it
it's
requires
as much,
more items.
And I don't think it's as much damage either. I might be wrong about that though. He does have level 3 crit, so.
Yeah. It depends. It will before Sven gets dataless, it's probably more, but after probably less because it's a higher percentage cleave, right?
Yeah.
And a much larger AoE, so it's a lot easier to catch him in it.
The problem is that PA is not a Sven. She has Blur, which is great. You know, you need an MKB.
But
Sven is a tanky
there's
hero.
the additional ability of like being able to blink strike into your target faster than Sven can usually. Because if back in that day, I don't think Sven usually went blink, and so you can blink strike in. And you got the extra attack speed, so you can get 1 to 2 hits off instead of just hoping for the first one being the big crit.
QO will take an ancient stack. That's actually 3 ancients and a 4th one that was sitting there. His family dead, unfortunately, as Lakel's slaughtered all of them. He's up to a butterfly, 1,600 gold. His buyback status is not quite there, but 100 gold away. If he were to die right now, it would be the most tragic thing I think we'd ever see in our lives.
He just mostly has too much unreliable gold right now. If he just waits for it to tick down, he'll have enough.
He'll get there. but by that point, MVP might have another Roche. They might have another Aegis on their hands. And then at that point, they'll have a tier 3 tower or a one game if they can win a team fight.
Right.
There won't be a buyback for the Shadow Fiend. He has the BKB, but that's still very dangerous with QO and how he's playing and how much damage he can actually do. Plus, again, the Aghanim Scepter, Queen of Pain ulti doing significant work as well.
I just realized these weapons are called the Basher of Mage Skulls.
Oh, that's the anti-mage cosmetic?
Basher of Mage Skulls.
That's a pretty silly name.
I mean, anti-mage is kind of that guy, right?
I guess so. That seems... yeah, that fits with him. He would name his item something like that.
The Destroyer of Magic Wielders.
He's such like a petty child, man, when you think about it. The anti-mage in lore.
That's cool.
I think he is.
I think he's a badass.
I think he's a little bit of a badass and a little bit of a petty child. He's kind of like Invoker. I mean, I think that's why they play off each other so well.
I would agree.
They're
all right,
both
Miguel's just being very aggressive with his farming, and he's able to. Like this is really good out of Signature Trust.
There's nowhere safe to farm in his jungle. At least there wasn't. Yeah. Now there aren't too many wards in the jungle.
It's funny. It's actually safer in MVP's jungle than it is in his own jungle. You're right, because of all these wards placed out.
And this is not uncommon. We'll see Envy do this a lot too. Even if he is behind on anti-mage or any other hero, that he'll just head to the opposite jungle.
Yeah, I mean, oftentimes
he has to take a risk, honestly, to find farm.
Oftentimes, if the enemy team is being aggressive, the safest place on the map is the enemy jungle.
Yeah, and this is, again, something you need to do just to make sure you keep pace. QO is going to walk into the entirety of the enemy team. Pops the BKB, but I don't know how long he's going to survive. Death Ward's going to fly through. Sonic Wave, Lakel's might need to leave. The Lotus Orb gets the bash. Lakel's is dead for 82, but he's got the buyback. Jap might be in trouble. Split Earth. There's the double coming out from QO. They even Glimmer Cape him too. KP on the hunt. They won't quite get that Shadow Fiend. They're giving chase to Abba. Scream of Pain goes out wildly by KP, missing everybody. But now they have an opening to force it the buyback, back away, and then go for Roche. Which, by the way, the timing, guess what? He's already up. That's the quickest Roche I've seen, except for that 8-minute Roche in the earlier Mounds versus Gnar series.
Yeah, so they're just going to be able to push this and back off right to the Roche. They're probably they want to force this buyback out from the anti-mage, I believe. And yeah, they're gonna do that, and they're probably just gonna. Are they gonna go for it now? I think they are. They realize. Yeah, they realize they have back wall. They realize that the Lesh probably doesn't have buyback.
Sonic Wave again.
That's that Ags, man.
They will get this melee Rags at the very least. Maybe even the range.
And they're gonna back off.
They'll get out of there. MVP will head towards the Roche pit. They know that it's up. They have a Satyr Tormentor in the pit. And Signature Trust, if you allow this Aegis to go onto QO, you might just lose the game entirely.
Yep. Great usage of the Helm, too, to be smart enough to get a Satyr and throw it into the Roche pit. It's really smart. Another Lotus Orb coming out. Darkseer having one now.
Do they have one on Febby? Yeah, they do.
Man, Dazzle is so rich. Lotus Orb, Medallion, Glimmer Cloak, Arcane Boots.
Yeah, he's farmed. He's a farm Dazzle. What are we blocking with Lotus Orb? What are we returning, I should say?
We want to return Roar, Mana Void. That's really about it. Maybe Lightning. Being able to throw back the Lightning Strike isn't the worst thing in the world. Disruption as well. Forcing the...
Kells, you cannot afford to get Abyssal Bladed, and he will be able to blink out. And I don't know if Chop's going to be so lucky. Chop is going to try to TP Vacuum. No need for a bash. They even Hex him too. Nice. Nicely played from MVP. And without the Lishrak now, that's another hero that you don't have to deal with while you're pushing into this bottom lane. Mm-hmm. Take a tier 3 tower, maybe even more. No glyph, obviously. Actually, they do have it. Just kidding. But this... Oh, he denies the tier 3 tower.
It's not every day you see that happening.
Yeah, it was so low. It was actually... There was like nothing left in the life bar that I could even tell. So they have to actually defend this naked Rax. They do have a nice Observer Ward for the raiding team for Signature Trust, but it's not easy. Q is going to walk right up. He's ready to go, man. He wants blood, I can tell. He's got the Sages. He's got this newly minted Abyssal Blade as well. But Signature Trust are not going to fight until the Leshrax's alive, and they're just going to give away probably a full Rax. Scotty is done. That means there is no buyback from the Shadow Fiend. They are going all in right now on this next defense, whenever that defense may come. They might lose 2 Rax. MVP, QO, the rest of the squad could back up here. They might just rotate top entirely. It looks like that will be the case.
He's just rolling in the dough. He picks up the Vladimirs now. And that's a 6-0-13 and doesn't have as many items.
All right, well, BB's dead. He got Abyssal, then got hit once. Chop's about to fall as well. BKB gets popped from QO. Sonic Wave on the other side of things. Death Ward comes out. Lakel's is dead, and that is GG. Like that, the game ends quickly. MyPro will get off Requiem. It does a lot of damage, but Is it going to be enough? Dash comes out. MyPro's getting crit by QO.
A much stronger showing from Signature Trust that time around, but I think that just goes to show that the strength in these very heavy, strong 5-man lineups, even into the late game. Like, the Anti-Mage had a lot of farm. MyPro came back relatively well and was able to pump out the damage, but it just still wasn't enough. Abba was so poor that game. So poor. He's level 13 in the game, 0, 6, and 5. He's got a blink in